Yo, what is going on, guys? It is the road to profitability, day number 6 or video number 6, whatever you guys want to call it. Number 6, still going with this journey. So it is the weekend today. So we are going to do things a little bit different. I don't have any trade recap, obviously, to go over. I don't have any market recap to go over, obviously, because it is the weekend. What I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to go over a little bit of a back test. I'm going to back test last week's trading. Now, I know I've taken a couple trades this week, but I'm going to back test Euro USD London session from the 1 hour time frame only as TradingView. If you go to the higher time frame, it shows you what the candle next is and like blah, 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 whatever. So I'm going to show you what I would do only based off the hourly down to the 1 minute. So there will be no full daily bias. And this will show you the trades that you could take just by using an intraday 1 hour time frame. Now, using the higher time frame, I'm going to tell you, is key to trading. As soon as I started implementing the higher time frame into my into my intraday trades, into my scalping, it changed everything. So I highly recommend you guys do daily bias, higher time frame to lower time frame analysis. I highly recommend you guys do that. But for this sake, as I can't really do that and it will just all mess things up, I'm gonna just stick to the hourly, and I'll even show you what I mean by doing that. So for some of you who don't know, if I'm on the charts here, and let's say I click here, okay? So on the hourly time frame, we don't know if price is going to go up, or we do not know if price is going to go down from here. All we know is what's showing right here. I don't know what the next candle is gonna look like. But if I go to the 4 hour time frame, it shows me the next area was just a big sell-off. So now I go to the 1 hour, and you can see nice sell-off for there. So we know that we were pretty bearish there, and then there's reasoning why we came back up. But that's why I don't do the higher time frame analysis when I backtest on TradingView, at least for this kind of backtesting. I do have other methods of backtesting, and I will go over those in a future video. And then if I go into the hourly time frame as well, the daily time frame, you can see it shows like literally the whole day's candle of what the move was. So it's like you kind of know what's going on. So we're gonna go over just last week's trading, just getting a glimpse. I know exactly what happened Monday. You can just see there, but I want to go over what the trade is, what I think would happen on the hourly time frame, and so forth. And like I said, we're gonna be trading London session. So let's get into this. What do I see here right now? Okay, well, I can see that we took out these relative equal lows on the hourly time frame. All right. I can see that there's a liquidity point up here. I can see that there's a liquidity pool down here. If it will reach there, good question. I can see that we swept this out. We're in this this hourly order block right here that we're playing in right now. So that's kind of what I'm looking for on the hourly. So everything's kind of telling me like we're going potentially up. I think the next draw on liquidity would be here. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we are in this we're in this 1 hour fair value gap. I think price is going to want to take this high out before we make a push to the downside. So I'll come down into the 30-minute time frame. Just look at where has price come from. Well, we just had this liquidity sweep. We just had this huge break of structure right here. So what's next? A potential retracement to then go to the upside. Let's go down to the 15-minute. And what do we have on the 15-minute? We have this nice fair value gap here with a low created underneath there. So that would be potentially an area of interest that I'd want to see a reaction off of. At the end of the day, what I'm kind of looking for is either A, a reaction off of this, or B, we can get a sweep down here to then take a trade to this draw on liquidity right here. So I'll go down to the 5-minute time frame, and we can see we have these relative equal lows. It would be beautiful because it would be a sweep of liquidity, tap into the 15-minute or tap into the 15-minute fair value gap, and then we can take the trade to the upside. So let's just see what the next candle is going to do. So we have that push, we swept it out. So at this moment, I'd be interested, and I'd be looking on the 1 minute time frame to see what price is going to. I'd be looking on the 1 minute time frame to see if I can find my entry. So depending on who you are, you could look for an entry based off of this fair value gap here. because we did get displacement. But for me, I wouldn't take that entry, and that's because we didn't have a break of structure. And the break of structure would be right here. But for instance, you could also say the break of structure is right here as we just broke structure. Kind of up to you on how you want to call it. But I still would have waited. And then right here, you could have looked to enter in your trade. So for the sake of this video, we're going to enter this trade on this one here. Stop would just be about the low, around 3 pips stop loss, very small stop loss. And then your take profits are all the way, your second take profit would be all the way up to there. Obviously, we go for a 1 to 2, so that's kind of what we'll go for there. And we got tapped in literally right there a little bit. You would have seen you just got tapped in, and then price source the top. Let's see if we get we would have been, no, would have hit take profit too. Sweet. So that was a winner. That would have been a winner for Monday. And the reason why I took this fair value gap over this fair value gap was because we have no break of structure here. But we do here with this tiny little candle. This little guy here. And I know a lot of people are going to say that's not very valid, but with this huge, nice displacement, I think it's fairly valid. We came back down, took out the low here, and then we had that break of structure, fair value gap, and then we price soars up. So that's trade number 1, so that's a win. And let's get to trade number 2. Trade number 2, we're looking at the hourly time frame. I'm already thinking we're going to sell off just because of this sweep here. So we took out this hourly high right here, which is like the accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution. So we have potential going to the downside. We are in this hourly order block right here. Boom. Got the hourly order block there. So we have this sweep hourly order block. I'm already interested in price going to the downside. So let's go to the 15-minute time frame and take a look at what we kind of got here. So we got that sweep, like I said. So I'll come down to the 5-minute time frame and just kind of take a look here. So there's 2 potentials that I want to see. 1, I'd like to see price come back up, tap into this order block here, and then we can take a trade to the downside. Or B, maybe we'll sweep out the high one last time, turtle soup it, and then take a trade to the downside. So taking a look right here, we did sweep out this high, and price has tapped into this. So this is where I will be going to the lower time frame to find that break of structure. So boom, could have entered your trade right here. I'm gonna enter there just for the sake of the video. So that would have been your break of structure, fair value gap right there. Stop would have been above this high here. All right there, it's for 3.4. And unfortunately, this trade would have taken you out for a loss. So this would have been a losing trade, but I probably would have been coming back for one more re-entry to see if price wants to go back down one more time, as the higher time from Confluence are saying, let's go to the downside. So this would have been a losing trade right here. And I would have just kept my eye out till the end of the hour, which is right here, to the end of the hour, to see if we will have a trading opportunity. So we do get that opportunity. Price spikes down and sweeps out. Price swipes down, break structure. So if we can get a tap in to here by the time our trading hour is over, then I'll enter the trade. But if not, then we take a losing day. And unfortunately, we do not get in. So this would have actually been a losing day. So we have 1 win and 1 loss for the week so far. Let's go to the next day's trade here. So we have these lows all the way down here. And then we've taken out this low here. So for my instance, and I already ran into this, I went over this. If you haven't seen the trade recap for this, go check it out. For the next 3 trades, I've already done trade recaps on. So this is what I should have done. I took a loss this day, and this should have been a no trade day, because what I should have done is either A, waited for price to come up, come to like the 50%, maybe this order block, and then come down, or B, we'll go take out this low and then we'll come to the top. And what happens is I messed up and I took a trade way too early. So basically what we were waiting for is a break of structure with that market, whatever. But at the end of the day, I was interested. At the end of the day, I rushed the trade. And so I came down to a 3-minute time frame. I seen this move. I seen that we broke structure on the 3-minute here. So I was like, ooh, maybe we are looking for potential moves back to the upside. So I looked at this, got this push. I entered my trade here. Stop was below here, and then I don't even need to do that rest of that part. And then price just took me out right away. So that was a huge mistake on my end. The fact that I took a trade where we are coming up to this liquidity line here. The fact that I took this trade was super rushed, not good. It was a bad trade. I should not have taken that. There should have been almost no trade taken this day, because if you just look, we don't get any movement to the upside. And that's all I was interested in, is a move to the upside. The fact that I took a trade or even hit that low and swept out the liquidity is 100% on my end, and that is my bad. That was a mistake, but learning from that, right? That's all part of the game. That's all part of this, is we learn from it. So that would have been a losing trade technically, but at the end of the day, it was no trade. So that would have been a no trade day in this backtesting journal. Guys, so we're gonna go to the next day, which is the Thursday, London session on Thursday. And just looking at it from right now, what I'm seeing is I want to go long. And why do I want to go long? First of all, we have this trend line liquidity here. We just took out this low right here on the hourly time frame. And I'm just going to show you guys, I know what happens in this, but during the live session, the reason why I was looking for a strong long was because right here is a 4-hour order block that price tapped into. So I'm just going to draw out the order block here. So there was that 4-hour order block. We swept up the liquidity here. There's buy side liquidity resting all above here. And that's what made me think, okay, price is going to want to go to the upside. So I went down to the 1 minute here. All right. And I waited for our entry. And price just rallied. So I had an idea. I was like, okay, well, I'm interested in longing this still, even though that it's already taken out this high. I still think we have more time to the upside. And price, I put a limit order here, and we're gonna do it for the sake of the video. So a limit order at the 50% line, and then take profit 2 all the way up there and so forward. And unfortunately, we never got tapped in. So we never would have been tapped into here. But I'll show you guys the trade that I did take. I'll show you the trade that we did take. I took the trade right when price came down and tapped into this 15-minute order block. We entered this trade. And obviously you can see price just shot up through the roof. And that was a 1 to 2 trade right there as well. So I'm not going to go over the next trade, because the next trade was literally the trade recap I just did yesterday, so you guys can see that. But this is kind of one way that I back test the markets. This is just the way that I would back test from the hourly time frame down to the 1 minute. So this obviously, like I said, doesn't have any daily buys. If you go into a new chart, you won't know what's going on, especially if you did not trade it that week. Maybe next week I'll do that just for fun. Maybe I'll trade like a gold chart, or maybe I'll trade GBP USD, or I don't know, CAD JPY. Why not? So maybe I'll do something like that maybe next weekend just for fun. The reason why I don't back test those pairs is just because it's not the pair that I'm trading, and I don't see a need to back test them, because, you know, at the end of the day, most pairs do move differently, and you want to get a feel of just one individual pair. So I don't see much of a purpose of back testing these other pairs when you're only trading one pair. If you're trading all the pairs, go for it. Back test, do it, like, by all means. But if you're not, I don't see the purpose. But at the end of the day, this was a good back testing session. We lost one trade, and the rest of the trades were winners. We lost a trade, didn't take a trade, and won the rest of the trades. And then obviously the one from yesterday was a break-even trade, so it would have been a break-even day as well. But overall, it was great. This week was awesome, other than the little hiccups I had at the start of the week and not being able to trade and this, that, and this, the hiccups with the new trading platform that I got to use and switching over. So otherwise, it was a good week in the charts. It was a good week of analysis, and it was just it was a good week of learning. So super excited. I'm going to be doing some more back testing over this weekend, because you can obviously never stop and you can never learn enough. One way I also back test is I actually don't go back in time. So what I'll do is I'll use bar replay to go a month back in time, and then I'll just look at the charts right there, kind of cherry pick it. It's nothing you have to guess what way the markets are going and do the full analysis. You can kind of see, okay, so it reacted off of this for this reason and whatnot. So I'll make a video on that, but as of right now, this is the way that I would back test, and it's a fairly simple way. So if this helps you guys out in any sort of way, that's awesome. I'm really glad it does. And if it did, hit that like button. And if you guys want to see more value like this, hit the subscribe button. I'll be posting, like I say, every single day. And like I always say, leave a comment on what you guys want to see for the future. I have a lot of ideas in my mind, but those ideas can also come to an end, and new ideas from people are amazing to have. So it would really help me out. It would help me out with the future of this channel, and it help me out with helping you guys out if you ever need help. So like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.